This is video number 4 for PowerPoint Module 3 in the Shelly Cashman book on Microsoft Office 365. We're on the section called Creating and Formatting Word Art, which begins on page 3-40. And we are picking up on slide number 1 still. We want to go to the Insert tab and choose Word Art. So let's go to Insert up here and choose Word Art. And by the way, everything that applies here also applies in Word. All of these tools, Word Art, and some of the other things, the Smart Art, the shapes, the charts and stuff, these are all available in Word as well. So anything we can do here in PowerPoint, you can also do in Word. So click on the arrow here. And the one we want is the third one in the second row. If you pause your mouse over, it should say olive green, accent color 4, outline olive green, accent color 4. Okay, go ahead and click on that. And we'll get a template where we can type in our text. The text we want to type in is sleep well tonight. So word art is basically taking text and decorating the text, giving it 3D effects and being able to color it and add shadows and stuff like that. So we're going to change the word art shape. We're on page 3-41, number 1 in the middle of the page. With the word art object still selected, click the text effects button. So we should have a shape format ribbon up here and text effects. Transform is one of our options. We got a whole bunch of shapes that we can apply to the text that's in our word art. We want wave down. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause the mouse on that. That is wave down. The first one in the 5th row, go ahead and click on it. So it applies this wavy effect to the text. It starts out and goes up and goes down and then goes back up again. Now we're on number 5 on page 3-42. We want to set the height of the shape to 1.5. Right now it's just over 1. So you either type in 1.5 or you can use the up arrow key. And we want to change the width to 10 inches. Okay. And then what we want to do is we want to position it below the picture. We'll get a guide for the bottom of the picture, and we want to center it left to right on the page. So if I move it left to right here, that red line should appear in the middle. And when I've got that line selected, I can move down. And I want to move down until I get the red line appearing, marking the bottom of the picture. And there it is. So we can go ahead and let go of it. Now we're at the bottom of page 3-43. We want to change the word art 3D rotation effect. So we want this to remain selected. We're going to go to our text effects up here again. And we're going to choose 3D rotation. And the option we want is under perspective. We want the second one right here. So it should say perspective above. We pause the mouse over it. Go ahead and click on it. And now flip over to page 3-44. Now we're going to change the word art text fill color. So with the word art still selected and the shape format ribbon displayed up here, we're going to change the text fill. Click on text fill. And we want olive green accent 5. If you pause the mouse over this next to last one on the top here, that's what we should get. Go ahead and click on that. Now we're going to go down to the bottom of page 3-44. We're going to change the word art text outline color. So it's still selected. Let's go up here and choose the text outline tool. We want dark red, which is the first one in the standard colors row right here. Go ahead and click on that. Now let's go to page 3-45. We're going to modify slide number 2. So go to your thumbnails over here on the left and click on slide 2. Select the title text. Click on shape format up here. We're going to apply word art to existing text. We want the second one in the first row. It should say fill dark red, accent color 1, shadow. So go ahead and select that. Flip over to page 3-46. And we want to make this a little bit smaller. So we're going to get our sizing handle here. We're going to click on it. We're going to drag until we get to the left edge of this placeholder down here. The next section on page 3-46 is animating slide content. And the first instruction is on the top of page 3-47. So with the word art on slide 2 still selected, which it is, click Animations on the ribbon to display the Animations tab. We want the float in animation, and these are labeled. They're not in any particular order as far as I can tell, but click on Float In. and it will show you the animation that will take place when we pull this slide up on the screen. Now let's go to the bottom of page 3-47. We're going to change the animation direction. So under Effect Options over here, we can either make it float up or float down. We're going to choose Float Down. And now it comes in from the top instead of coming in from the bottom. Flip over to page 3-48. And on the middle of the page, it says to change the animation start option. So we're going to click the Start Down arrow. And we're going to choose With Previous. This will make the animation take place as soon as the slide is displayed rather than waiting for you to click on the mouse button. Now let's go to page 3-49. Click the Preview button over here on the left side of the ribbon. And it'll show the animation for us. Now let's go to the bottom of page 3-49. We want to change the animation duration. Let's go to duration up here, and we want to change that to 2 seconds. Goes in quarter-second increments. Now let's go preview it again, and it comes in a little bit slower. Now let's flip over to page 3-50. We're going to animate the bulleted list here. Click any place on the bulleted list. Let's go to our animation gallery up here, and we're going to choose Fade. We want to change the duration time to 2 seconds. Right now it's half a second. Whoops. Let's do a preview, see how that changes it. So each bullet item takes 2 seconds to appear. Now we're at the bottom of page 3-50. Change the animation sequence effect option. Click the Effect Options button to display the Effect Options menu. So let's go up here. We want to click on All at Once. And all of them come in simultaneously instead of one after another. So that takes care of our animations. Now we're going to take a look at adding media to slides. That's at the bottom of page 351, but the first instruction is actually at the top of page 3-52. So we want to insert a video over here on the right side. If we click over here, one of the options is to insert a video. It's this little icon that looks like a strip of film here. If you pause the mouse, it should say Insert Video. Click on that and then go to your Shelly Cashman folder. Scroll down to PowerPoint Module 3 Data. Keep opening up folders until you get to this animation called Support PowerPoint 3 Awake. Click on the video, then click on Insert. We'll get some controls below the video. There's a play button here. Go ahead and click on the play button and you'll get a preview of the video. And we probably don't need to see the whole thing. We'll just do a pause here. When a video is selected, you'll see this video format ribbon up here. We want to change the height. We want to change the height to 3.3. So let's just click on our up arrow here a few times. And it'll go to 3.3 and the width should go to 5.87. Now let's flip over to page 3-54. We're going to move the video clip. We want the right side to be aligned with the right side of the slide, and we want the top to be aligned with the bulleted list over here. So there should be a red line on the edge of the slide. There should be a red line over the bulleted list. When both of those red lines appear, go ahead and let go. And now we've got it precisely where we want it. Now we're at the bottom of page 3-54. We're going to change the video contrast. There is a corrections button over here. We want to choose brightness plus 40 and contrast plus 40, which is way down here. And that video we had was obviously underexposed, so we're going to lighten it up. Now we're at the bottom of page 3-55. We're going to set it so that this video plays automatically. There's a playback tab up here. Click on the playback tab. Click on the down arrow next to start. Choose automatically. Now our video will start automatically when the slide appears. You will not have to click on the play button to get it to play. Now at the bottom of page 3-56, we want to apply some transitions between slides. So there's a transitions tab up here. One of the transitions is called Ripple. It's not visible here, so we're going to have to click on the More button. Look for Ripple. So here it is on the first row of exciting. It's the second to last one. Go ahead and click on that. We want this to apply to all of our slides, so click on Apply to All. And the duration here by default is 1.4. We're going to change it to 3 seconds. So just bounce on the up arrow a few times till it gets to 3 seconds. Okay, we're at the last item on page 3-56. Run a slideshow with animations and video. Go down to the bottom right side of the taskbar here and click on Slideshow View. This will give us a preview of our slideshow. So go ahead and click on that. Slide 1 appears, and we're seeing that transition effect. There's a number of ways that you can go to the next slide. The easiest way is probably just hit the space bar. Slide 2. You'll have to hit the space bar to bring up the bulleted list. Go ahead and hit the space bar again. It'll take us to slide 3. Space bar again, it'll take us to slide 4. And space bar one more time, and it'll take us to the black screen representing the end of a slideshow. Go ahead and hit space bar one more time, and it takes you back into PowerPoint. And the last thing we have to do is save our slideshow. Let's go up here, click on the Save button. And it also tells you about an option to print slides. We're not going to print them, and that takes us to the end of Module 3.